Hello and welcome to my creative space. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Welcome to another DIY video. If you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe and join this creative squad. In today's video, I have some fall decor. I am so ready to share, so let's get started. For this project, I will be using a wreath. I am going to show you this metal one is 18-inch and then this one. This one is actually $3, but I purchased it from Dollar Tree. I'm also going to use a bunch of greenery. You get to pick. I got some flowers, these really cute balls that I love for some reason. And then, you just pick your greenery to fill this in. I'm also going to use some ribbon, different colors, and some twine. Now, originally, I was going to use the wire wreath. However, we changed our mind, but I still wanted to show you this part because I want to show you that you can still use it. The first thing I'm gonna do, I am going to take, so I only bought 4 of these and I needed to split it so I can have a little bit more, and so I leave 3 of the branches on the bunch, and then I take the other 2 off, and then I just wrap them together so I can create a few more bunches. Now I'm using my pliers just to make sure that they're gonna be secure, and here we have it. Now I will do the other ones off camera. Now I am going to do kind of similar to what I just did. However, I will tell you right now, I will show you this, but I do end up taking some of these apart, and you will see why here in a little bit. But so this bunches come with 4 little flowers. I left them in bunches of 2, and that is so I can distribute them and have enough to cover the whole wreath. Now here I am again with the little pliers trying to tighten them to be sure that they're not gonna go anywhere. Now the next step is to grab a wreath. So originally, again, I wanted to use this one because it's bigger, and I thought I could still make it work, but I didn't have enough greenery to cover the whole thing. So I am still gonna show you what I did. I took each of these little bunches, and then I just grabbed some twine to secure them in place, because this is going to go in, or I was thinking that this one was gonna go in my front porch door, and I need it to be really secure so when it's windy and crazy outside, none of these would fall off. But after adding the third one, I realized I don't have enough greenery, so I end up switching for this straw wreath. This one was $3. I purchased this from the Dollar Tree, from the 5 and below section, and it's big. I like it. It's a good size. And then this one, I didn't have to worry about perfectly covering the whole thing, because I do want this straw to peek through. So I grabbed my twine and I started wrapping each of these branches. Initially, I started wrapping one at a time, but then I realized that that was not efficient, because doing one at a time was going to be a lot of time spent, and I was like, I can just start wrapping it. So that's what I did. I did a few wraps around each branch, and I just make sure it was really tight, and then I continued to add them. You can always also use that wire that is meant for wreaths. I just didn't have any, and twine works just as well. And then I just don't want to show you every single branch, but I do show you here how I'm ending this, and you can still see that there's some spaces and it looks kind of weird, but don't worry, we'll fix that. Now that I'm wrapping the last one, I'm going to turn it over, and then I'm just going to trim my twine and create a knot in the back, just securing that everything's gonna stay in place. And then here we have it. Don't worry, we'll fix this. I know it looks kind of silly right now, but I promise you it turns out amazing. Now after I am done wrapping the branches, now it's time for the flowers, and I place the flowers where I want them to go. So I am going to start by like I said, these are bunches of 2. So I started just shoving them under the twine that it's already there. And that's the good thing about this straw wreath, that you'll have space to, shove those flowers in and not have to wrap anymore. Now here I am. These ones I started to add individually, And you know, because I wanted to place them in certain spaces, and so I was like, it's more efficient if I just take these flowers apart and then I just start shoving them where I want them to go, instead of having to, you know, kind of wiggle them around. And then here I am adding one more flower, and again, I don't want to show you every single one, but you know, you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. And then there were some that were sticking a lot, so I kind of just trimmed them with my pliers. Now I'm going to take these balls and I'll take them or I'll cut them individually, and honestly I just pull them off and they come right off. And then I'm going to start applying them to the wreath, and I really just put them wherever I think I need that little pop of green and that little pop of white. And then once, you know, I'm happy with how it's looking, then we'll move on to the next step. And yeah, so let me know if you already started decorating for fall. I haven't. These were actually my first DIYs, and I'm so happy and so excited how these ones turned out. I can't wait. I'm trying to think what else I can do. I want to do some Halloween decor. I can't wait. Okay, so here is a wreath. Now you can leave it as is, but me being extra, I will be creating a bow, and this ribbon is from Dollar Tree. I think I have plenty of orange and yellow on my wreath, so I decided to go with this really cute green color. Now, I'm not perfect at creating bows. I really don't know what I'm doing, so I just took this ribbon and then I just tied a little bow. The best I can come up with is I tie it how I tie my shoes, and then I just kind of pull on it, and then I decided how big I needed it to be, and then I just trimmed the other end. Now that I have my cute little bow, I am going to kind of fluff it up to be sure that that's good. And then I wanted to add still some orange in this burlap ribbon. I am going to be creating 2 additional bows. The burlap ribbon one is going to be a little bit bigger than the orange. And then I am going to cut 2 pieces of each. And then once I have that, I decided I wanted to get this bow ready. So I am going to dovetail the ends on this green bow. And then we'll put it to the side to move on to the next step. Here we have it. So cute. Now I'm going to start with the burlap ribbon. I'm going to add glue to the ends. Now I don't want to burn my fingers, so I kind of just clip these in place. And then I went to grab the other, and then I glued it, and then I think it was fine. I switched the little clips, and then we're gonna let it dry, and then I do the same to the other one just off camera. Then I'm gonna take this one and I am going to pinch it in the middle, and then I'll clip that one, and then I'll pinch the other one, and then I'll put them together, and I will grab this zip tie and I'll zip it together. I'm going to zip these 2 bows individually. I will do the orange one off camera because I will literally do the exact same thing. And then once I'm happy with how it's looking, I'll trim the ends, and then we are going to put these bows together. Here is how these 3 bows look like. Now it's time to start placing them. So I put the green one at the very bottom, and then the burlap one, and then the orange. I think these colors go so well together. I love it. Now I will use another zip tie and I'll zip them all together. I mean, you could do all just together and just use one zip tie, but I guess I don't trust myself enough, so I do one individually, but you know, feel free. Now I'll zip it together, and then I'll tighten it really, really good, and then I'll trim the end. Here is how our bow is looking. Now you could leave it here, you know, and just kind of cover the middle, but I wanted to add this raffia little bow I had. And so first I wanted to cover up the middle part where we zipped these bows together. I don't want that to show, and so I decided to grab some twine and then just wrapped it around. This is totally extra. You don't have to do this, but you know, I'm showing you what I did. I usually learn as I go, so that's the best I can do. And then I was happy with how it was looking. Now I want to add the raffia bow right in the middle, and I love this bow. It's so cute. Now the next step is to add it. I did have to remove some of the flowers off of it so I could add this bow, because at first I was gonna leave the wreath how it was, and then I decided I do want the bow, so now I had to create some space, and I just grabbed some of the twine and secured the bow in place. You know, I wrapped it around, and then I was like, I should have left a little bit of this twine to be able to hang it, but you know, we'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to hang this, but I just secured the bow in place with the twine, and then that was basically all for this project. I really love how big this wreath turned out. I really wanted it to be this big, and I'm so happy how this turned out. Now all that's left is just to fluff it up, fix all the leaves, and that is all for this project. Let's take a look. For this project, I will be using 4 wooden sticks as well as this wooden plank. I'm also going to use some fluorofoam, lots of greenery, as well as these berry picks. How cute are they? I'm also going to use some pumpkins because hello, it's fall, we need them. Now I will use this antique wax from Waverly and my stapler, and let's not forget our moss. Now I am going to start by grabbing the longer wooden sticks. These are from Dollar Tree. Most of this is from Dollar Tree. The only thing it's not is the antique wax and of course the stapler. I will take 2 of the sticks and mark a line on my bigger piece, because we are going to have to cut this one. Now I will be doing this twice because we have 2 sides, and you'll see why we'll need them. Now that they are marked, I will take my hacksaw and I will start cutting these. Now I did had a little bit of trouble, but at the end it ended up working out, and I will finish off camera. And now here are my 2 wooden pieces ready to go. Before we do that, I'll remove the stickers on the back of these wooden sticks. And then we are going to start with one of the smaller pieces we cut. We are creating a box, and I am going to take one of the little pieces and I will be gluing 2 of these sticks to it. Now, this is obviously not strong enough to hold. It will fall apart immediately. So this is just so I can get them on there and be able to, you know, staple them into place to make sure that they're not going to go anywhere. But I don't want to have problems with like them wiggling around while I'm trying to staple. So I decided to glue them first. Now that they are completely glued and dried, I will flip it on its side. And this is where my stapler comes in. I am going to add 1 staple to each stick. And I will do that on all 4 sides. Now, this staple thing, I bought it from Home Depot. And it's been so handy and so nice to have it. Makes it way easier. Now, they will be showing later, but it'll be fine. You'll see. Now I'm going to take this extra Dollar Tree sign and I will cut this to the size because I need to cover the bottom. Now you can always use some foam board if you have anything you have to cover the bottom. I wanted to use this, and so I just, you know, traced what I needed to cut and then cut it, and then I just cut the other piece, and now we have the bottom. Now I should have glued these the other way around so it would be cleaner on the other side. I didn't realize that when I was doing this, so you know, the uglier side end up at the bottom, but I mean, it's gonna sit down, so it's not like we're gonna be able to see it, but it did kind of bother me a little bit. Now I'm just grabbing this extra little sticks. They were actually the frame on this Dollar Tree sign that we're gluing right now, so that's what I end up using. And then I cut one of the pieces into smaller pieces to create little like blocks, I guess, to glue the corners. I have no idea where my tumbling blocks are. I just bought some new ones and I lost them again. So I end up doing this extra work. But if you have tumbling blocks, you can just glue the tumbling blocks into place and secure it, and you don't have to do all this extra crazy work. Then I just added a bunch of glue in the corners and on those longer sticks to, you know, make sure that everything's secure and it's not gonna fall apart. Once that is completely done, we are moving to the next step, which is adding some color to our box. Now, you could leave it as is. I needed it to be a little bit darker, so I am using the antique wax, but you can really use any paint or any stain you want to, color your box. So, have fun. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever color you like, go for it. I'm using my antique wax, and I really love this color. It's that brown that I really like, and I absolutely love it. And then I'm using a paper towel. I wet the paper towel, and then I just used that and started rubbing it on there. As you can see, it was falling apart, but we did it. We made it all the way to the end. Let's not forget the edges on this box. I really like how this box turned out because it looks so rustic, just how I like it. And this is going to be a great centerpiece for my dinner table. I'm so excited to use it. I have not done this switch to fall decor because I am using the last day of summer until, as long as I can. Here is the box. I didn't worry a lot about the inside, so I did what I could, but it's not as important because I'm going to cover it up anyway. Now, I added a bunch of floral foam, as you can see, different ones I had laying around. And then I just started gluing them at the bottom. I didn't have a lot of hot glue, so I kind of just added a little bit. And then I'm going to add the moss into it to fill in and cover our floral foam. And this one I already had it, but I think you might need like about 2 bags of it. But I ended up using what I had, so I'm sorry I am not accurate on how much I need. And then I had these different pieces of greenery. As you already probably know, I am trimming every single piece individually so I can just, play around and move it around as needed. Here, have fun. Just add the greenery to wherever you want and arrange it however you want. The thing here is like to have fun. I will say that this was therapy for me. I missed crafting so much, and especially fall. I don't know why. I like these colors, and honestly, fall and Christmas are always a fun time for me, and I love doing this. Now, if you have any ideas for Halloween, maybe I already asked you this, but I need ideas for Halloween. I don't know if I want to go scary or cute yet, but I'm all ears. I'm open for ideas. So let me know if you have any ideas down below. Now, it's time to have fun with our pumpkins. We had to have pumpkins in this one. I was dying to use these ones. So I'll be using 2 white ones, 2 orange ones, and the 3 little ones. All of this is from Dollar Tree. How cool is that? Now I'll add the white ones on the ends and then the orange towards the center. And then I'll just add the little ones to like fill in the spaces. But I end up adding the skewers on them because I needed them to be a little bit higher. And just sitting them on there, I didn't like them. So I just end up using some skewers to make them a little bit higher. Now, these little pumpkins, I was going to just throw them in there. But they, again, were getting lost. So I just added some sticks and just, push them in there. Secure them in place, and I was way happier with it. Now all that's left is just to fluff it up and make it look nice. And I was going to forget the berries. Don't forget the berries. They add the extra pop of color that we need for fall. And that is all for this project. How beautiful is this box? Let's take a look at the end result. If you made it all the way to the end, do not forget to leave me a comment down below. Tell me which one was your favorite. Tell me what you're doing for Halloween. I would love to read your comments. Thank you so much. Do not forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you on my next DIY. Bye!